And when we're live,
Yes.
ready to go? Okay, could everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Oh, all right, we'll begin with roll call.
Ms. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Shea? Mr. Weinstein?
Here.
Dr. Gilliam?
Here.
Ms. Wilson?
Here.
Mr. Reedshaw?
Here.
Mr. O'Connor?
Here.
I'll check again.
Mr. Shea?
Here.
All right, everybody's here. You got it? All right, you're here, Jack. We got you. I see that there's nobody here for public comment. We will begin with the 2020 operation cost and revenue from Mr. Inks.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, very pleased to present to you. We are 1/3 of the way through our budget year. We've collected 31% of our operating revenue while spending only 29%. We are in great shape for this point in the year.
Sounds good. We will now go to our budget status report from Kim Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So here we are at the end of May. My last status report was at the end of March, and along with everything else, we managed to spend an additional $5 million. Our spending, the bulk of it continues to be with the expansion projects, the North End facilities and the RAS and the headworks, which are active at this time. And there was also significant spending with some of the other miscellaneous existing plant projects. If anybody had any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Sounds good. Thank you. We are now going to get our Three Rivers wet weather update with the executive director. Mark, I'll pass it off to you.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No problem. Before Mark starts, just an acknowledgement of the long-term partnership with Three Rivers. They are our primary partner in supporting the needs of our municipal customers, specifically with respect to wet weather compliance, consent decree implementation, and we're happy to have Mark here in the room with us to be able to just give the board a snapshot of the services they provide and what's projected to come. Thanks for being here, Mark.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Arletta, thank you much for that introduction. The rest of the ALCOSAN board, ALCOSAN staff. We at Three Rivers are pleased to continue our work with ALCOSAN on their initiatives under the Clean Water Plan. As you know, a lot of our work involves the municipalities and bringing them together with each other and with ALCOSAN to work on regional solutions to the wet weather issues. In 2019 and now into 2020 is no exception. Once again, thanks for having me in to share a summary of the work we've done over the past year. Our annual report is in your packets, but I wanted to share some of the major points with you. So first, sewer regionalization. Obviously, this is a hugely important initiative for the region and really something Three Rivers has supported from the beginning, kind of why we were formed in the first place. We've been promoting and continue to advocate for the regionalization process as a key to more cost-effective and efficient ways to reduce sewer overflows in the region. That's not to say that the road hasn't been bumpy at times. When you're dealing with this complex of a system and this many municipal entities, as everyone knows, things sometimes take a little bit longer than most everybody wants. It can get frustrating at times, but we keep pushing to move the process forward. One of the major elements of regionalization, that Three Rivers continues to work on with ALCOSAN and the municipalities is the transfer agreement template. Over the past year, we brought the parties together to refine some of the wording. We appreciate the efforts by ALCOSAN and the municipal solicitors on that. I believe we're at the point that the process is really essentially completed and we can move forward with things now on that front. Also with ALCOSAN finalizing the clean water plan with EPA, the time has come to also finalize the municipal consent orders. Over the past year and a half, we've spent countless hours, many meetings with the municipalities and the regulators to formulate viable municipal consent orders that will require municipalities to plan and construct source reduction projects in the wettest areas of the system, which will aid ALCOSAN in their clean water plan. The proposals put forth by the municipalities in the draft consent orders contain the concepts and ideas that were formulated by the Source Flow Reduction Flow Target Subcommittee over time. This is a technical group made up of municipal engineers, ALCOSAN representatives, other regional stakeholders who developed, through a consensus building process, a compliance proposal supported by the municipalities. Into 2020, we are still working with the regulators to refine the language in the draft consent orders to retain as much of the original concept put forward by the municipalities as possible. We hope and expect that the consent orders will be finalized soon. Other initiatives we have been working with ALCOSAN on the source reduction front, specifically through 2019, and now once again into 2020. We've been working with ALCOSAN on our initiative to assist municipalities in developing and planning projects that will combine sewer defect repair, which is instrumental in the regionalization process, along with source reduction efforts, which is important, going to be important once these municipal consent orders get issued. We think it's a great idea. Municipal cooperation and collaboration is important on this initiative, as the projects involve work on multi-municipal trunk sewer lines. By working together, it's envisioned that defect repair and source reduction projects can be accomplished in a more efficient and cost-effective manner, and possibly be eligible for some GROW grant funding from ALCOSAN to help the municipalities essentially kill two birds with one stone. Through our sub-consultant, Civic Mapper, we've been working with ALCOSAN on municipal mapping data support. Civic Mapper has been working hard to update the one overall map, also known as the Sewer Atlas, which shows all of the sewer lines in the ALCOSAN service area. This online interactive map serves as a foundation for regionalization, and we continue to build on it each year. Civic Mapper has also been involved with ALCOSAN on other initiatives down here, and I know that they've been working hard to help things along. We're also working on various green infrastructure initiatives. These include coordinating the Green Infrastructure Network. That's a voluntary partnership of more than 45 organizations, businesses, academia, authorities, government entities, who recognize the benefits of using green infrastructure strategically so it makes the most impact in dealing with wet weather issues. We also continue to incorporate data for new and previously constructed green infrastructure projects into the Three Rivers Wet Weather Green Infrastructure Atlas. This online map shows green infrastructure projects in and around Allegheny County. For each project, it describes the type of green infrastructure BMP used, when it was installed, and other important information. We also continue to support ALCOSAN with the calibrated radar rainfall system on our website and continue to work with ALCOSAN on the efforts to update that system. Another significant part of Three Rivers' mission is municipal and public outreach. I'm not going to go through everything listed in the annual report, just hit some of the major items. We hold regular meetings of the Three Rivers Wet Weather Working Group, also called the 3WG. This provides an important forum for disseminating valuable information to communities, and we have ALCOSAN in with frequent presentations pretty much at every meeting on that. Municipal managers, elected officials, engineers, other stakeholders, part of this group, they meet regularly to share information and to receive updates on pertinent wet weather issues in the region. We communicate regularly with our municipal contacts. One example is our monthly manager's minute, which we put out as a short but important communication on important and timely matters. We visit university classes and secondary schools to give educational presentations. We seek opportunities to collaborate with other like-minded environmental organizations. We also continue to provide other resources and tools for the municipalities, such as our annual sewer rate survey and our online budgeting tool. And finally, we hold our annual 2-day conference in the fall, which might take just a little bit of a different form this year. We're going to see how that goes. That really wraps up my summary. Thanks once again to everyone for allowing me to give this presentation, and I'll open to any questions anyone has.
Any questions, board members? All right, thank you. Thank you for the update. Yes, I'm glad to be on the board now, so thank you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
That should have been number one.
No, you're good. So now we will go to,
Yes, for anybody who did not know, ALCOSAN Board Chairman Corey O'Connor is a member of the Three Rivers Board as the ALCOSAN Board representative. Thank you. so
thank you. No,
much.
thank
For
you.
not
For,
acknowledging.
no, I'm good with it. Now everybody knows. Okay, so oh, it's me talking to myself. Oh, like I usually do. Okay. All right. So item E is change orders that are less than $30,000. Item 1, 2, and 3. Item 1 is a main pump station, flow meter, and access platform. Contract 2 is a CIPP rehabilitation for portions of the Sawmill Run and Allegheny interceptors. And contract 3 is a replacement of fluid bed incinerator number 1 manifold.
Mr. Chairman, in each of the 3 cases, there were things that did not align as we had anticipated when the contracts first started, whether it was actual misalignment, subsurface condition that we did not recognize. Again, things that take place with contracts as you go through the process.
All right, sounds good. We're now going to action items. I need a motion to approve the minutes as well as the invoices.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Action item C, motion to authorize the advertisements of bills for Exhibit E, contract 1729, East Headworks, contract 1730, Monongahela and Ohio Deep Tunnel Intercept Cleaner. Can I have a motion? Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion to approve the following contracts: 1714, roof modification of screenings, garage and power generator building to Burn Scallow. See Exhibit F. Need a motion?
So moved. So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, the next 4 contracts I'm going to read at once. They all deal with the North End plant expansion. Number 2, if you're following, is contract 1723G, North End plant expansion, general to Mascaro for $94 million. No. All right. And that see Exhibit G, contract 3 is 1723E, $3.4 million for technical services to Broadner. Contract 4 or number 4, contract 1723H, plant expansion HVAC to, how do you pronounce that? Rainick Corporation for $1.8 million, and contract 1723P, plumbing to Guys Mechanical for the price of $818,000. I'm going to pass it off to Kim Kennedy to explain those 4 contracts.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this is the first plant expansion project that we're ready to award. This has been a long time coming, as I'm sure you are all aware. This project will take 5.5 years to complete. We are expecting it to be completed by December 31st, 2025. It also has 2 pretty significant CD milestones embedded in it for secondary disinfection, up to 295 million gallons per day, and then the secondary treatment. So it's an exciting day for the plant expansion, and coupled with the fact that we entered the CD this week.
I would just like to say thank you. This is a big project for all of us, and you guys did a great job in selecting everybody and getting through this process. I know it's not easy for everybody. Are there any questions? Okay, can I have a motion?
Motion on all contracts.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, we are now at action item E, to approve the following professional consultant contracts. Number one, Way Trim under the agreement for engineering consultant services for the effluent flush water system improvement.
Mr. Chairman, we did not hold a professional services committee meeting this month, but both of these issues are readily explainable for the entire board. The first for Way Trim, this is a follow-up to the project that you had already awarded. We simply negotiated the fee as directed. The effluent flushing water system may need to be upgraded, expanded, given what is going on in the plant. This will provide for that to take place. If it is determined in the assessment that there are modifications that will be necessary, the fee to cover the design for that is already incorporated. If it's not necessary, it simply will not be spent.
Okay, I need a motion.
So moved.
Second? Can I get a second? All in favor? Aye. All right, item F, services to CDM Smith under the agreement for engineering consultant services for an additional 1 year for the program director for the Clean Water Program.
Mr. Chairman, CDM Smith has done an amazing job over many, many years in various capacities on the program. They have been the program director specifically for several years. And this is just as you indicated, it's an extension of the contract. There is money remaining in the current budget, and we recommend approval.
Can I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Item G is a motion to modify grant agreements for the GROW program, see Exhibit K. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr.
Can
Chairman,
I-
we
Oh.
did have a green committee meeting where all of these matters were discussed and moved forward for full board action.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So there was a motion, there was a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now our last item is an authorization, the executive director for an easement with Norfolk Southern Railroad. The easement is a one-time fee of $4,500.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, the Ravine Street project has been something that's been discussed with the board on numerous occasions. At the end of 2018, you took action through resolution to authorize us to acquire easements and properties for this extremely important project. This takes us to that stage where we can actually move forward with this particular easement. I would like to acknowledge one of our property acquisition specialists, Keystone Acquisitions, who has done a fine job on this matter. But internally, Jan's group, the regional conveyance group, I believe Milton Shepherd.
Milton Leonard, yes.
Long time coming, a lot of tedious back and forth work. And as we all know, no offense to the railroad, they're not the easiest to deal with.
Agreed. I agree with that. Yeah. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
There is, to my knowledge, no new business. Our next meeting is June 25th. Until then, I think on behalf of the board, we should thank everybody at ALCOSAN. The employees have done an amazing job, especially all the directors, and continue the good work. And we will talk to everybody hopefully before June 25th. Oh, and sorry, I forgot. It's already upon us. I know Mr. Recha, I believe, is still on the line as a vet. We are celebrating Memorial Day this coming Monday. It's amazing how fast time flies during this stuff. But to all of our veterans as well as fallen soldiers, let's remember them on Monday, because without them we wouldn't be here enjoying our freedom that we do right now. So thank you to everybody, and we'll see you at the next meeting.
Thank you for your report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you, board.
Bye. Okay, goodbye, everybody.